Hey, it's Lily back again with another video. So right now it's like the AM and it's like 9 a.m. in the morning and I kind of, woke up and just doing some work, but I had a little bit of time to kind of share a little bit of the end of the year reflection or the end of the year conclusion. And I'm pretty, again, I don't know why, but this year went by really great for me, in my personal opinion, when I kind of look back. And I wanted to make a video of like how to get ahead a little bit for the upcoming years. And I've seen tons of videos like this on the internet where people tell you like to get ahead, wake up at 5 a.m. or, make a vision board, or I don't know, like start doing these outrageous things that are kind of not practical. And honestly, I'm the kind of person that does wake up really early in the day. I'm not gonna lie, because I'm a morning bird and I can't stay up at night, which a lot of people really desire to be like this. But honestly, as I wish I can stay past midnight. Like I fall asleep at 9 or 10. But anyways, it's not really what time you wake up, or maybe having a crazy like supplement, or having these gurus tell you to buy their course, which I'm not here trying to buy my course. Like I don't have a course, and so I'm not gonna here tell you to buy my course and learn from me so you can, somehow become a millionaire and have six pack by tomorrow. I'm not gonna sell you that. What I'm trying to share, the things that I generally do by the end of the year, and it really helped me, I guess, to have a really wonderful year this 2024, but also I hope to have another great, wonderful 2025 year. And the first thing is, I'm going to say all these things are free. The first thing is to reflect. And I know this is really cheesy, but a lot of people don't like to reflect on what happened last year. I don't know why, but people like live day by day doing the same thing over and over and never really ask why, or really understand where they're at. Suddenly I think they just get a waking moment and kind of like, whoa, like why am I doing this, and my life sucks, and how did I get here? And before you even get to that moment, maybe take time to see what happened 2024 and what you really liked and what you didn't. And most of the time you kind of get to see, like, hindsight, 2020, what happened and the choices that led you up to where you are now. For me, when I look back, I was pretty happy the decisions I made, because not only was I really present on the times when I'm making my decisions, but they end up being really great decisions overall. And most of the things that I really wanted to do this 2024, I end up actually doing it because I reflected on 2023. And so I think reflection is actually really a skill set that a lot of people lack in. And reflection is just really going deep in yourself and really understanding the core essence of yourself and who you are and who you want to be. And I think is perspective is everything. And this is, I would say, number two, because a lot of people actually have really shitty perspective in life. Like I'm sure that someone has, or everyone has met someone who has a lot of things in their life, such as wealthy family, parents, maybe comfortable home living, and they're just not happy. Sometimes you meet people who have outrageous amount of great things in their life, but can't seem to be sad, or they fall into depression, stuff like that. And most of the time it does come down to perspective. I think that even down in the areas when I was like really low in my time, I had a perspective. And a lot of times just changing how I saw my situation really changed the opportunities and choices I made when I was stuck in a rut. Perspective can also lead you from being very happy to also being extremely depressed. And I realize a lot of people just can't seem to just logically or emotionally think about how they see life. And the more you count your blessing, the more obvious you start to see things that you do have, and then the things that are in front of you. And oftentimes a lot of things are within people's reaches. It's just that they're kind of stuck. I'm sure you guys had time where you, like, maybe someone was like, hey, can you pass me the salt, or can you go get this one thing? And then you go look for it, but you can't find it. So you go back and you tell the person, like, I can't find the salt, I don't see it. And then that other person gets up and it's like, it's right here. It's like right in front of you. Well, it's very similar to like our mind. Our mind will only shift to figuring out like what we don't see, and sometimes blocks things that are right in front of us. And every time we keep saying, oh, I can't see it, I can't see it, your mind will eventually condition itself that it can't see. And so this is really important that, change your perspective on situations could really also just help you in your situations to change. So I have like my notes here because I wrote an article, like a essay about it. But yeah, the third one is there's no shortcuts. And this is something I kind of learned really early in my life, but sometimes I, forget. And there is like no secret formula, nothing magical, no like pill that's gonna make you better. There is no magical course that's gonna solve all your problems. There's like no really shortcuts to life, especially for things that you want to last for a long time. Very few of us actually have like one hit wonders, things kind of like winning millions of dollars on Bitcoin, or like discovering a fortune that you were lost heir from a family, something like that. A lot of us just kind of see that all the time in social media and think it's normal, and then suddenly you start wondering if you made the wrong decisions. You kind of go through down the rabbit hole, comparing yourself, hoping that you miss something and everyone knows something that you don't. But the truth is, like, that is the internet, and they only highlight all the wonderful things. Sometimes they're not even true, right? We kind of know that. But the truth is there's no shortcuts in life, and you get what you put yourself into. You get what you work hard on. And the long and boring route, honestly, is the place where it outlasts all your things you ever wanted. From money to getting really great health, from taking care of yourself physically, mentally, it is the long and boring path. Sometimes is that what people don't want to take because it's not glamorous, it's not fast, it's not exciting, but reality, that is where you get long lasting results. And so there's no shortcuts, there's no roadmap, there's no cheat sheets, there's no really nothing that will get you there quicker. Well, maybe there might be a few things like taking advice and maybe getting a coach or learning from specialists to get there slightly faster, but you still have to put in the long, boring work into your life to get where you want to be. And I think that's why a lot of people are constantly seeking for short-term solutions, or people don't know how to sustain or understand that. It's just pretty boring and simple. And the thing I really learned this 2024 is learn to quit. Honestly, I'm gonna say I wish I learned this so much faster. And I guess this is a really unpopular advice, but honestly, I wish I could have quit a lot of things so much more earlier in my life because I just knew they did not fit. And my gut, like my complete instinct was telling me, don't do this. And I kind of ignore it. I'm sure all of us had a situation where we don't follow our gut. And if you have always followed your gut, good for you. But to be honest, like I was kind of the person I didn't follow my gut. And because I couldn't rationally understand why, even though at the time I felt like if I work harder or I put in more time or if I just learn more, or I just need to know the ways of how to do it, that I'll get better and suddenly things will get better for me. But I realized that sometimes things are just not for you and you just need to live quicker and find other things. So I was pretty happy to the point when I learned to quit faster when things were just not aligning for me. It doesn't mean that you should quit everything if it's not great for you. I quit most of the time when I had like a backup plan, right? Like for example, like don't quit your day job, which I'll probably make another video why you shouldn't. You should have a backup plan that works for you. And of course sometimes leaving things suddenly, much because it costs more than cost you more than being there, would essentially sometimes better. But yeah, like learn to quit sooner or just kind of pivot and find a new way to get out of the situation. I think the last thing I wanted to share how I'm getting my year 2025 started is to find clarity. And honestly, if you don't do any of the steps I tell you, because I'm just a random girl on the internet, is to kind of sit down with yourself. Well, this is kind of what I do, really. Like, I go to one of my favorite coffee shops, and I grab pastry, coffee, and I take a journal, and I spend 1 to 2 hours just thinking about what I really loved about this year and what I really want in my life, things that light me up, things I'm passionate about, things I want to do. And I don't put myself any constraint. Like, for example, if the world was perfect and I had everything in the world, what would I really, really wanted to do? And some things that I see in my reach, and just start writing. Like, really, there's nothing that limits me in my mind during that time, like what I really just want to write down for the year. Oftentimes it's just simple things. For me this year is, saving a certain amount of money, maybe being better with my finances, or spending more quality time with relationships, or I don't know, traveling more. There's just so many things during that 1 or 2 hours that I just throw a piece of paper and just really write it all. And I know this activity seems extremely simple, but honestly, most people can't just sit 1 2 hours doing nothing and just writing about themselves and thinking freely. They oftentimes they get blocked. They get blocked in their mind, and they never had to think at this extent. I know it's kind of funny, which is really, really hard, really sad and really hard, because, our life every day is constantly consumed by other things like the internet, the news, music, literature, and we just are consumed by other people's beliefs and values and experiences throughout the day, that we don't actually sit down and actually reflect and really think about ourselves and who we are deeply. And the more you get to know yourself throughout this process and be able to write freely and actually think for yourself, the more likely you'll get to where you want to find and where you want to be. In general, like, if you don't do any of this, find clarity is really the ultimate reason how people get ahead, because they have a direction in their life and where they want to go. And if you don't have a direction in your life, like, honestly, like, most of the things that you're doing, like your 5 a.m. routine, or I don't know, like eating better, or just spending less money, like, if you don't know why, ultimately where you want to go with that and how to build off of that, it will just pretty much mean a little bit pointless to how you are currently now. So anyways, I wanted to share you a quick video of how I'm getting myself pretty much ahead of the year for myself. Again, no gimmicks, no courses, no crazy things that you need to do. It's pretty free and easy. There's some people who might try to sell you more. Not totally fine. It's really up to you. But to me, it's pretty simple and straightforward. Anyways, I'll see you guys next time. Till next time, bye.